It's time for the Thursday night lean. We're talking about a Thursday night game where one team, both of these teams are in the playoffs right now. Neither team I don't think I've won a bet on any of these teams for the entirety of the season, and now I am forced to bet upon them on Thursday night. We start off the show every week with the Thursday night lean. It's time to do it once more. Dangles, what is our Week 16 Thursday night game?
To Music City we go. Nissan Stadium on the water in Nashville. San Francisco 49ers are in town to take on the injury-depleted Titans, although maybe a bit of a bright spot here for the Titans with the return, or at least expected return, of A.J. Brown, and that's a huge deal because Julio Jones is currently nursing another injury, and of course, Titans are without Derrick Henry. However, they are still in first place in the AFC South at 9-5. The Niners at 8-6. The Niners are 7-7 against the spread. Tennessee 8-6 against the spread. The line in this game, gentlemen, currently is 3 points. It's been fluctuating between 3 and 3.5 throughout the day as of Wednesday, and the total in this game is the Legend of Syracuse 44 points.
Schaefer
for the Sharp.
Schaefer the Sharp, we're going to go to you first because you are 6-9 on Thursday night leans, the worst
My
record
favorite
on the
number.
show. You are
Nice.
6-4 when betting on games involving the 49ers, 5-4 when betting on games involving the Tennessee Titans, but 3 of those Titans wins came last week when you bet 3 times on that Pittsburgh-Tennessee game and won them all. Schaefer the Sharp, what do you have for this Thursday night lean?
Well, guys, just like last week, I wanted to bring our good friend Austin Huff's daughter in the world with a Titans win. That's why I promptly bet against them. And, it didn't work out in her favor. So I think I'm going back to well here. I really want her to get that first win. So naturally, what am I going to do? I'm going to take San Francisco -3 on the road against these Tennessee Titans. Look, I wanted to play the Titans here. 3 points. I mean, by all standards, in a short week, you get arguably equal teams with 3 points. But what this line is telling me is clearly these teams aren't equal as it comes to Week 15 in the NFL season. Week 16, the new Week 16 in the NFL.
The new Week 16.
The new Week 16. San Francisco's won 6 out of the last 7 games. And if you look at Tennessee, man, really on all metrics, guys, when Derrick Henry exited that lineup, they are a bottom 12 team in the NFL by any metric. Some of their wins, Los Angeles kind of fraudulent, New Orleans kind of fraudulent, where they've got dominated in the stats. And remember, this is a Houston Texans team that went into Tennessee and kind of dominated. So the thing with Tennessee is they can lose this game and be in complete control of their own destiny within that division with 2 weeks left. So San Francisco, you got a hotter team. And my God, is George Kittle not just a joy to watch as a tight end? Holy hell, is he just – when he's healthy, he is just something to behold. And so my Thursday night lean officially – sorry, Ryan Hurd. Sorry, Austin Huff. San Francisco, -3.
Myself, I am 1-3 on San Fran games, 1-3 on Tennessee games, but 8-7 overall on Thursday night leans. I won both of my Thursday night leans last week with the Kansas City Los Angeles Chargers game, and I'm feeling a little frisky this week. A lot of things go on with these two teams. Tennessee obviously has a bunch of wide receivers you don't know the name of course, as Dangle said, A.J. Brown could come back. But otherwise, who are you going to pick when it comes to props on Tennessee's offense? There really isn't anybody. San Fran, on the other hand, they exchange players left and right like it's nobody's business. How many players have had a rushing attempt for San Fran this year? I think the number is quite up there. But one man has rushing touchdowns in the last 5 weeks of the season, and it's the wide receiver, Deebo Samuel. So I'm taking Deebo anytime touchdown -110. They like to give this guy the ball when they're in the red zone, whether it's throws over the top or rushes from behind Jimmy Garoppolo, and I think he's going to get a few chances, just needs to cash one. Deebo Samuel anytime touchdown -110. Dangles. You're 9-5 on Thursday night leans. The best gambler on the show right now, record-wise. 6-2 with San Fran games, 3-3 with Tennessee games. What do you have for Thursday?
Well, I don't think I want to touch this line. I kind of think, I totally agree. San Fran is hot right now. Tennessee's still leading their division, though. They're still a 9-5 team. I think San Fran might be a little bit overrated heading into this matchup. I do probably lean San Fran -3 if I'm picking a side, though. I just don't trust Ryan Tannehill's ability to be a drop back passer, and obviously the play action, which is what he's best at, has taken a big hit, missing Derrick Henry. He's only thrown for over 300 yards twice this season. He hasn't topped 200 in his last 3 games. Now, maybe that doesn't matter if Derrick Henry's in the lineup, but he's not. And especially with A.J. Brown potentially returning, the Titans have to have the pass game come alive if they're going to beat this Niner team. Also of note, if you're going to ride with the Titans in some way, Taylor Lewan, the left tackle, and Roger Saffold, the left guard, are both out for this Thursday night game, which means you've got backups on the left side of that offensive line against smaller Barbosa. He's got 15 sacks this year. That's tied for 3rd in the NFL. But Tony, I'm actually going to stay with the exact same player we were just talking about. I also have a Deebo Samuel prop this week. Since Kyle Shanahan started drawing up plays, like really drawing up plays for him to run the ball for Deebo as an RB, the Niners have won 5 of 6. The only game they lost was the Seattle game that Deebo didn't play in. He's got at least 5 carries in each of those games that he's been in. We all know that he only really needs 1 to tear off a big one. I have Deebo Samuel over 32.5 rushing yards at -115. I think they're going to try and work him in the game. He obviously is a curveball, and you have to account for him on the field. Again, I think he could rip off this total in just one chunk play. Deebo Samuel over 32.5 rushing yards, -115.
Dangles, I love that bet. I looked at it. Debo's hit that number in 5 of the last 6 games he's played for San Fran. I was hoping there was a rushing and receiving yards number for Deebo, but it wasn't available on our good friends DraftKings as of yet. But those are the 3 Thursday night leans. Before we get to the Sunday night lock, it's time to put one of these teams into the ground. It is time for Gravestones, and that is coming up next.